What's up, nerdy people? It's Andrew here, lit by candlelight today. It's the evening, it's time for another round. Just before bed of Lord of the Rings, Battle for Middle-earth 2, Rise of the Witch King expansion pack in War of the Ring mode. Of course it is. I'm so glad you're joining me today in my neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Where did we leave things? Gigantic battle in Helms Deep with these guys having killed 5,000 orcs and goblins. But unfortunately not many troops. Very, very annoying. Aragorn got himself some troops to help him out here. And we also got the elves to build a few things, which hopefully will not be stolen by Heldir. Rivendell, of course, had that massive defensive game with the insane fortresses. Looks like Thranduil's gonna lose all his shit, I'm gonna guess. All of these goblins in Isengard, they're gonna probably either attack here. They just got pushed back from there, so maybe they'll leave that alone. They might go here, which would be ideal if they actually captured this territory, because it would be nice if this fortress was cut off from everything and surrounded by enemy territories, because that would mean that these troops that the elves have built up there don't get stolen by whichever elven hero is walking around. So, for example, this one warrior battalion is almost definitely going to be taken by Elrond into Isengard. So, here are my options. King Theoden could go into Isengard and, with the help of Elrond, build up a big force there to defend it against all comers. On the other hand, if Theoden was somehow able to go to Rohan and win it against these two, which may very well go in there, and assuming that none of these attack him where he is, assuming all of these guys go to Helm's Deep, and Theoden can somehow win Rohan in spite of these two, it's possible 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 army leaders will be wiped off the map. How likely do you think this is? Now, of course, I could just save the game and click next turn and see what they're about to do, and then I can basically see the future. But it's more fun to have a gamble. So what I could do is leave the archers there and take those two Rohirrim plus maybe the hero and the two trebuchets, and I could take them into Rohan with King Theoden, and we could possibly wipe off almost all the yellow armies from the map, half the green and one each from the orange and brown. Holy bananas. See, I do still have the most units, but only just, and I still have the fewest territories, so clearly that, do the math, means my territories are full of more units on average. Now, on the other hand, Éomer has a good chance of doing the exact same thing. If he can win this territory and these two guys go into Minas Tirith, then we might be able to get them wiped off the map, and frankly I think that's a lot more likely to work than this Theoden thing. What's a better idea is going here and getting... I'm pretty sure that elves will build enough troops to win, because they usually do, and in the meantime I can get Theoden a couple of really solid archer battalions, Ithilians, and when you can, on the next turn, defend Isengard with Ithilians, you're in a really strong position, even against all of these. So I think, even though I would dearly love to do this insane plan, it's not very likely to succeed, and this is a very prudent thing to do. There is always smoke rising from Isengard these days. Look at this banner, the yellow team. It really does look like a butthole. Now, if these guys all attack Helm's Deep, what I might do is just skip the video, because you've all seen me now do 2 hours of defending Helm's Deep. You've seen how I do it, you've seen all my tricks. You put archers on the wall, maybe a couple of trebuchets up there, put your heroes up among the archers to get them 3 extra levels per turn, then clear out all your command points, make Rohirrim with all the upgrades, send them around different places over the left. That draws off all the units to the left. Then send another force of Rohirrim down to the right and start taking out buildings with their fire arrows. That's how you win Helms Deep. And if I have to do that too many more times, I might just skip it. So I've got my current money balance is negative 2350, and I'm only making back 1700 per turn, so that's annoying. So I'm still going to be in debt, so that means I won't be able to make more troops down here. But what I can do is just reinforce it that way. So hopefully that'll be nice and reinforced against this Witch King who's coming in with a lot of shit. And also he's got whatever that is at his disposal, and whatever that is. And whatever that is. So this Witch King is going to be a problem. Also these two, Mouth of Sauron and Camul, they have these, whatever those troops are, to attack either Osgiliath or reinforce Car Andros. So all in all, this is going to be a bit of a bloodbath. And so what's Aragorn going to do? He can probably move away now. There's some troops there defending. So what if we take half of them with Aragorn on a little adventure conquering lands? For example, the Shire would be a nice thing to have. Liberate the Shire, huh? Okay, here's a side note. And I know you're already thinking, hey Andrew, play the game already. But it's all about living in the world of Middle-earth. Here's something I've always thought. What if, in this mode, you can't use, for example, hobbits unless you control the Shire? And if you control the Shire, no matter what team you're on, if you're the goblins and you have, for example, the goblins have control of the Shire right now, what if that means the goblins can only, if that was the only territory they had, the only unit they can produce is hobbits? You know what I mean? Likewise, all up in here would be goblin territory, over here like goblin territory, and so on and so on. So if you owned any of the Gondor or Rohan territories, you could build all of the Men of the West units, you know, or just Rohan, just the Rohirrim and the, you know what I'm saying? And if you owned this one, Umbar, you could only build the Corsairs of Umbar, and you had to have Ithilien to build the Rangers of Ithilien Rangers, and you had to have Mordor to be able to build Orcs and Mumakil, maybe Easterlings from Harad, legions of Haradrim from the south. Wild men of Dunland, Elven territories, Greyhavens, Forlinden, Harlinden. These ones would be Dunedain Rangers, with these old kingdoms of the men of Numenor, and so on. Wouldn't that be a cool way to play this game? Is there any way I can mod them? And of course dwarves would come from Erebor, Iron Hills, Kildoin, I suppose, maybe some of these, and the elves over here, of course. Wouldn't that be so cool? You know, this one would be Mirkwoods, this would be Lorians, this would be Sentry battalions, you know what I mean? These ones would be Lancers. And obviously Isengard would be the source of all Uruk-hai, and this one would be Ents from Fangorn Forest. I just think this would be so cool. And yeah, maybe you have to have Mount Doom and Mordor in order to be able to build like Nazgul. That would be wicked. What was I even doing before I went on that rant? Yes, Aragorn is going to go to the Shire and liberate them. He can do that without any troops. He can leave them behind. Okay. Let's go. Okay, I'm just going to click the button and I have to win. Damn it, he took the building. Both buildings. So, like I said, yeah, this plan would not have worked because Theoden would have been pushed back into Gap of Rohan. He would have stayed there. And he would not have made it into Rohan, which is a problem. So, it looks like we're going to have to fight Helms Deep again. Start from scratch. I'm not going to do it right now. I might do it at the end of the turn. And like I said, I just might not show you. And like I predicted, Elrond did snap up that one single Lorien warrior battalion. And against that is a Mordor attack troll and Theoden as well. So, I believe we can defend all of these. We're not going to have a problem. And obviously Minas Tirith is the same old easy win, as always. So, if I have to pick the one I don't want to do, it's Helms Deep again. And I really don't want to do Rivendell again. Can you hear a car out my window? So what I might do is Minas Tirith, nice and easy to start with. You've probably seen me do this if you've been watching my series. My first block of like 7 videos, all I did every turn was defend Minas Tirith, so you know how this works. It's pretty similar to Helms Deep, really. You put your heroes up on the wall, along with your archers. Archers kill stuff, the heroes get levels. Easy. And it's even better if your hero is Faramir. And what have we got? So just because I know there's a Felbeast flying around, I might get some Dunedain just to help things along. Just because, yeah. You never know. A Felbeast can swoop in and kill all your archers in one move, if you're not careful. Cool. That might be enough, actually. But for Faramir, the city would still be standing. So I've had a nice day today. I know that you come here to listen to me talk about my day, but this fighting in Minas Tirith is so run-of-the-mill that it's a bit silly to just even bother doing it anymore. What's happening? So I've had a nice day. I gave blood for the first time ever. That was a weird feeling. A needle going into my skin, and I could like feel it in there, and you know, if I moved my arm around, I could feel it kind of sort of squish this way and that, and it wasn't painful, but it was weird. But it's a good thing to do. It's a good cause, and yeah. And then apart from that, today I played some bass guitar because I'm in a band and I'm moving from keyboards to bass guitar, which means I have to learn 100 songs all over again on a different instrument, but I have a head start because I do know all the chords and all the chord changes. But that's a bit of a mission, so I'm just like picking them from a list, like, do I know that one, do I know that one? Play that funky music, white boy. What key's that in? E. The summer of '69, it's in D. You know, doing a pop quiz with myself all the time. Here we go, Felbeast. The archers have got him. Take him out. So I have a question. Why did I just referred to the Felbeast as a him because it used to be a man. What happens to that dick? when it, when his entire body melts away to become a wraith of the netherworld, they still have all the man parts? What happens there? Because isn't that the whole metaphor of when you become a servant of somebody else and you're not using your own free will, you're just a robot, you're following the master, but then you become half a human, right? Which is the same thing as like losing your mojo, your ego, your libido, the life force, the essence, the right stuff, what the French call a certain I don't know what. To quote from Austin Powers, I don't know why I thought of that. Of course the Fell Beast is still a him. Anyway, the Fell Beast is dead, so I can send these guys away to be refunded. Do you use hotkeys when you play? I use some hotkeys. Like I'm always using the attack move, because that's the only sensible way to move anything. And I use B to find builder and R to build a farm, and like sometimes to build rangers or tower guards I press R or T, but that's about it. Well, this is fun. So I'll run about 4 battalions, and maybe one of those battalions can have fire arrow upgrades, and that's going to be about it. What other songs was I learning today? I was learning Mustang Sally, which is, it's kind of quite straightforward and boring, and you know, until you do something fun with it, and it has a lot of opportunity for bass solos, which is great. I'm all about that bass solo. It's their fortress. That it is. Did you forget about me, Mr. Duplicity? I hate to bug you in the middle of dinner. Alanis Morissette, great song, you ought to know. This might be over real quick. Well, I was also learning Man, I Feel Like a Woman by Shania Twain. Excellent song. Everyone loves that one. It's a really big dance number. People go crazy for that song. It's like, it's a pretty average song, but people go out of their minds singing along with it. What happened there? Was that all the archers? Must have been. I'm not even going to get the chance to upgrade. So that was easy. There was absolutely no work in that at all. Tried to. So what we got out of that is a bunch of Athelian Rangers. 8 minutes, well spent. If only we had held Osgiliath. So now, Minas Tirith is where we get into debt. Really lose money on Minas Tirith. So next, I really don't want to do this. Drogoth the Dragon Lord again, with some averagely difficult troops to defeat. And what's Saruman got there? 2 Warg Riders. Meanwhile, though, Haldir, bless your useless heart, has taken over Rudar from Shelob, and it looks a lot like Glorfindel has managed to hold this territory Dunland against Azog, the Defiler, judging by the fact that this building is still standing. Maybe? So that means that Saruman and Azog, these 2 armies here, sorry, Saruman and Drogoth, might be wiped off the face of the earth. Okay. Oh, I shouldn't have moved the mouse. It looks so weird to look at Middle-earth at anything other than the right angle, the north-south. Sauron attacks from Mordor, Saruman from Isengard. The war will come to men on both fronts. Alright, I'm gonna stop procrastinating and just do it. Can we do it? At least we've got the Elven Fortress. We can do it. Oh. Yes! Yes! I really didn't want to do that. So, fingers fucking crossed that Glorfindel has managed to hold Dunland, because then we can wipe some of these guys off. So, Isengard, let's go, bitch. As always, priority is get an archery range. Get those Athelian ranges out. This whole game is based on Athelian ranges. If you could only have 1 unit, I would have Athelian ranges. If I could only have 2 units, I would have Athelian ranges and Tower Guards. And if I could only have 3 units, I would only have Athelian Rangers, Tower Guards, and Rohirrim. And as it turns out, those are the only units I use. Why don't you, like, go attack some creeps? Is that the term for it from League of Legends, I believe? Get them levels. Ah, Theoden, your useless attacks. Whoa, they got those buildings up fast. Oh, there's that attack troll you heard so much about. Hitting straight from my shit. I really don't want those archers. Hey Theoden, you really need to stop this guy. Please, quickly now. Go on, my son. Okay. Go fight alongside Elrond, who is only level 1. Let's get some elves going. Ah, don't lose the elves. We needed those elves. I mean, if the gold is just sitting there. Theoden rides to war, but not to victory. There's a lot of orcs actually. Okay, now we're just going to run away and let Theoden's buff enhance the troops. This is going to work. Because orcs have no fucking hit points. Did you forget about me, Mr. Duplicity? Yes. That's more orcs over there, and I lost my heal. Can we help your brother out? What happened? Well, we saved Elrond for a second. He's gonna die again real soon, but that's okay. Am I missing something? Ugh, you're useless. Have I ever told you you're useless? We're gonna lose. After all this, we're gonna lose. What's up? What gives? Why no shooting? Stop. Ooh. I love Tom. God bless. So, since it's not a quick victory, it's going to be a tower guard situation. I'm guessing the red team has lost their builders. They have a cave troll. This is frustrating. Flee! Flee for your lives! Oh, there is a red thing. Now we're talking. Let's get them upgrades upgraded. Now we have a much better fighting chance. Well, if we can afford more troops, we might as well buy more troops. Great. This is it. This is how we win. This is how we fight with the phalanx. With the leadership buff. And more importantly, upgrade, get some levels on these guys. Let's let Tom bait all the troops in here. There we go. So the elves have got themselves a few troops. I've got a really nice base of troops here. We're going to be able to defend Isengard next turn really well. I wish that wasn't so hard. Look how many units they had. Oof. $1,200. So as much as I love my elven kin, I am going to take Isengard for myself. And so that only leaves Helms Deep. I think we might actually get a nice enemy retreating here. Yeah. Damn! Glorfindel did not hold it. But on the plus side, in that retreat, Drogoth did lose his troops. So I might just have to leave Theoden here to defend Isengard, because this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 armies coming at him on 3 different teams. Frustrating. Maybe I should send Boromir over there to do something helpful. Do you think? Do you think it'd be more helpful to attack Osgiliath? Probably be more helpful to attack Ithilien, maybe? So hard to know. Because then it would cut Mordor's supply lines. Oh yeah, that's right. So I could probably siphon off some of these. I'd probably put Faramir here. And as long as there's, I'm going to say 3 units left, this is a much better prospect of defending this territory. Ooh, that's right, we got the Shire. A Shire folk. So this is going to get destroyed again. No question. So I'm not too keen on that. I don't want that to succeed particularly. I would like the elves to have that. Mind you, all of this territory is basically free, and I could certainly use the income. Look at Thranduil, just heading into the north, crossing the mountains and everything, and then he's gonna end up God knows where. I wonder what's on the edge of the map, eh? Misty Mountains? No, that's those ones. Just more mountains. Might as well just attack this for no reason. Or should I be within arm's reach of Rivendell? Within stone's throw. Trying to help them. I think that's probably more important. And to do so, Aragorn will take 1 battalion of Ithiliens with him. Hopefully that's enough. Damn it! Easy peasy, another easy one. Ooh. At least he killed something. That's not going to happen. This is not going to happen. No! Shit. Okay, here's my chance to actually build up the troops though and make this territory stacked full of 1,000 or more command points so that I never have to do it again. Ever. Brother. This time it's different because I have that. Yes. Yes, we must. So I wasn't paying attention and didn't even see who's actually attacking right now. Who's there? You can go back. Awen's gonna be the highest rated hero in my army. Oh good, so it's only one. This is gonna be quite quick, I'd say. If I sent these horses out right now, they'd probably be able to win. Probably have. Sometimes I just finish my sentences without finishing them. What I meant was if I sent these horses out, they could probably knock down the enemy buildings because the attacking enemy didn't bring that many troops with them. But that's not my goal. My goal is to build more troops, as you can see. If they're level 5, I kind of want to preserve them. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 battalions. Easy peasy. Yeah, it was only recently I sort of realised that I needed to put this tower on control group number 2 as like a defensive necessity within the upgraded fire arrow. Yeah. It's a good plan. It is a good plan. You know I wish that I had Jesse's girl. Do 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 do. Jesse's girl. Do 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 do. Where can I find a woman like that? So the fortress will be around about there. Our resources run low. Who talks like that? Just a fire. It'd be good to get these upgrades going. How much money do I have? Not enough. That was weird. I swear I just saw a ghost in my room, which is creepy. Okay. Right, let's do a little bit of scouting. Yep, this is just standard. So I'll just throw down the earthquake here and there'll be no problem. Orcs are flying. Oh, Tom Bombadil. Oh yeah, I need to do that for the horsies. And his feet are faster. Oh. Sorry to shake your hands so hard. They're gonna give up any second now. I know it. Wow, that's got some range. Yeah. Go, 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 get the upgrade. Look up the top right corner. Oh! So another 8 minutes spent getting a couple of troops out. That's okay. Are you shitting me? Oh, I was so mad for a second there. I thought it had glitched out and it wouldn't let my troops be actually built. Total enemies defeated 5,000. Ooh, what do we got? Drogoth. In Cardolan. We did that, we did all of this. We did all this. Ba-bing. Yeah, but not in the grand scheme of things. In the grand scheme of things, we're doing pretty damn well. So the elves are sort of gonna wipe out all this stuff. In the meantime, they're leaving themselves wide open to this. Thranduil still has some forces with him. Ooh, that's excellent that they're building troops up there. They might actually have a chance of holding it. Wow, that'd be great. Rivendell, kind of vulnerable. Because sometimes, if the red team doesn't have a building, sometimes when it decides to make the the battle happen, it forgets to include the red team, and that's a big problem. So Thranduil will definitely take Mirkwood, which is handy, because that's where he lives. But then there's fortresses. There's a fortress there, and there, on all sides. Ooh, Elrond might get that one. They might surprise me. They might yet. But I'm not too confident that they will. I should probably stick some troops over there, eh? All the good ones. So that there's a fighting chance of defending this territory. What if I send that hero, Faramir, over there as well? I don't like it. I don't like it, Steve. How are we going on time? Yeah, look, it's been 52 minutes. Why don't I end this video here and we'll do the next turn in the next video. Thanks again for watching. Good night.